You're less than a year old, so forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for mistakes you make. Forgive yourself for struggles you have, for bad habits you're still doing, for whatever things that you now know or think are not right. Because again, you're not someone who has been doing this for his whole life. I mean, you've been doing bad habits for your whole life, for most of your life, for like 5 years or like or even more. So don't, again, and this is about realistic expectations and a realistic example of self-improvement journey, because like at least that's how it is and it was for me. I took self-improvement seriously about a year and a half, not a year and a half, a year and a couple months ago, okay, almost, yeah. But I first found out that there is another way to live life, like maybe 2.5 years ago, and there was my first attempts of improving myself, and I was trying to read, I was trying to meditate, I was trying to implement like a whole bunch of things, but I was not thinking about mental health, about actually not doing bad habits. That was weird. I was trying to implement all good habits at once, but I was not thinking about removing bad habits. Yeah, and my first year of self-improvement, when I first found it, it was a disaster, honestly. When, like, after a couple months of not forgiving myself, of saying bad words to myself, of thinking that I'm a fool, that I'm a weak person, I'm not like doing things I know I should, and whatever, I just burnt out and I felt really bad. I felt like shit. But then after a while, and I had probably a depression and something similar to it. Not a clinical, of course, but I felt like shit for like 6 months, if not more. And then I found out Hamza, and I decided to take it seriously. And I started exercising, and my first like week after I first like couple of weeks after I found Hamza on YouTube, after I took self-improvement seriously, they were like fantastic. I was not doing any bad habits. I totally forgot about fapping and porn. I totally forgot about video games. I was coming back home from school and reading and exercising, and then going to bed at 8 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. meditating, being grateful in the morning, eating a healthy meal. Then I started kind of eating 2 times a day, and I was exercising almost every single day. And I mean, it was like perfect. And I like on this, with this good mood, with this good state of mind, I just had set some plans for a summer, and of course I didn't achieve all those plans. But after the summer finished, I understood that this summer, like summer of 2022, I did like thousand, like enormous times better than like my previous summer holidays. Because before this, my summer holidays looked like this. I just waked up at like, I don't know, 1 p.m. I hopped onto Discord with my friend, and we played video games for like hours, for tens of hours, not for tens, but for 10 hours straight. We played video games, we watched films, we watched porn together. Like, it is like another thing to talk about. Maybe he's watching, by the way. um, we did like all this entertaining stuff for like days straight, for days and days and weeks and months, and that was my summer basically. Then it ended, then school, and I was like doing basically the same thing, but in addition, with addition of school. Yeah, but this summer of 2022, I exercised not like every day, but almost every day, at least like once a week. Okay, but that's like better than nothing. I What else? I read a lot of books. A big part of these books I have read are fiction books, but again, I didn't really. No, I didn't play any video games like the summer at the summer holidays, last summer holidays. So I read books. I like ate relatively clean. I exercised. I was like walking. I was breathing fresh air. I was swimming a lot. I was in the nature a lot. And I mean, yeah, I was just having fun this way. Okay. Of course, there were quite a lot of days when I first like fapped, relapsed in like 4 months or in 3 months, and this was like, of course, it was not good. But and the mistake I made is I was punishing myself. I was like beating myself up, or like I was feeling like shit, and I was saying to myself like, "You're shit." Okay. Again, the mistake I made when I first ever found self-improvement, and I made this mistake again. Okay, so I'm here now to say to you that you should not make this mistake. You should forgive yourself. Of course, you should not cope, but try to cope as least as you can. But understand that again, you're a baby relative to you're a baby self-improver, or baby self-improver, baby man on a way to success. Okay, because all those years you've been eating junk food, you've been playing video games, you've been watching porn, you've been not walking, you've been not breathing fresh air, you've been not making your bed, and so on and so forth. But just see like this a big picture. For instance, you're a couple months in, or you're a year as I am in a self-improvement. Like this year you probably did so much things, you probably improve yourself so much that like, and compare this year or this month or this week to other days, to other years of your life when you did nothing productive, when you was degenerating all day long. Now you, of course, like, and me myself, I cannot say I'm perfect. I cannot say I'm like this and that. But like, I played video games for less than I don't know, not for less, but for about let me count. Let me do some math. For about maybe 10 hours this whole year. This like um, second half of 2022 and first half of 2023. Like maybe like I played a day. Okay, I've lost a day of my life playing video games this year, but compared to like previous years when I was playing for like 5 hours a day, and I've been playing for that's like for 40. I was like basically playing video games as if it was my full-time job. Okay, I was playing for 40 hours a day, and a week, excuse me. And this year, I played for like a day combined. This year I fapped, I don't know, for less than 300 times, because in order to reach the golden point of no FAP, you need to relapse for like 200 times or whatever. This year, like this, I'm quite good at. I mean, right now I'm not watching any porn, and I've been on this streak. Should I say for months? I don't even count because like I just. But that's another video. I want to talk about it in another video. But I mean, yeah. Don't cope. First of all, of course, don't cope, but do forgive yourself. Do forgive yourself. Understand that you are not perfect. That you are. You have like your whole life to improve. Okay, that's the thing. You have your whole life to improve yourself. You have your whole life to build your like 10 out of 10 physique. You have your whole life to achieve financial freedom, to achieve location freedom, to achieve time freedom, and whatever. Like you have, they fill the blank again. So yeah, and to finish, like this quote from Masculine Theory, Joseph said this from a channel, Masculine Theory. Not forgiving, like something like not forgiving yourself is not survivable. And again, like this is total truth. This is like, yeah. So I hope you now understand a bit more. I hope you now forgive yourself for things you have done, for mistakes you have made. And I hope it will, and I know that if you actually listen to this advice, this will change your perception of your self-improvement journey. So thank you for watching. Yeah.